Flying soldiers, a gunner who can't aim, and a freaking tent. It's been a while and these are some of the things I added to my game while I wasn't here. Well, some things like the flying soldiers were definitely not intended and they are walking by now, but okay. Anyways, for those of you who are new here, I am working on a 2D tower defense game where you are on an alien planet in the near future and your job is to dig for oil and to defend your oil digging site from enemies who are trying to stop you. Anyways, let's get right into the video. I started off by remaking every building because I really wasn't happy with them at all. Instead of the windmill we now have solar panels and the new barracks look like this. And together with this I also added the upgrade function I promised you in the last devlog, and now the player can upgrade their buildings. Every building got 3 levels, each level improves the building's stats and also changes its looks. I won't show you all levels of every building now, but here's me upgrading the new barracks. Next I added a very basic enemy, soldiers. They were supposed to walk towards the players' buildings and shoot at them, but at first they were very scared and tried to flee the scene. I fixed that, but after that soldiers were a bit too strong and one of them could easily take out an entire armored machine gun including operator with one pistol shot. Anyways, this is fixed as well by now. Now the soldiers aren't scared anymore and not too strong either. I also fixed a very big issue, which was the missing ability of defense buildings to shoot into 2 directions. So I added another button to the building menu, and when you select the defense building you can now change the direction it's facing at. Once that was done, I did something I wanted to do for quite some time. I remade all the particles in the game and I also added light, because the game looked absolutely terrible. Now it's smooth, fancy and so much more beautiful than any other game can ever be. It even got a sun. Anyways, I wanted to add more buildings, but I am dumb and couldn't come up with any ideas, so I asked AI. It gave me a long list of buildings I could add, but only one caught my attention: a mortar. When I saw it in the list I knew I had to have this in my game. Now you might think adding a mortar to the game would be easy, but guess what a mortar uses to operate? Gravity. The guns in my game don't work with gravity because some devlogs before I failed terribly at making something like this work. But guess what? I actually tried it again and this time it finally worked. No, it didn't. So I tried again and again and then it worked. Kinda. It can barely aim, but it got a huge range. It's way too OP, just look at this. Now the question is, do I keep the mortar like that or should I nerf it? Okay, I should definitely nerf it. After the mortar I also added 2 other buildings, and with that I would like to introduce you to a new building category: storage buildings. These buildings do nothing but store oil or electricity. Together with that I also decreased the storage capacities for production buildings like the oil drill or the solar plates. I also made some slight changes on the UI and changed the font to a better readable one. And yes, it is the Minecraft font. After that I finally added the long desired enemy spawning system. Enemies now spawn in waves which get progressively harder. I can choose which enemies should spawn in each wave and how many of them. I can also set the time it should wait between spawning enemies. This implies that I have to set up each wave manually, but soon I will make it become harder over time on its own. And yes, that's it for today. I didn't change much more except for fixing some bugs. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you are new, make sure to also check my other videos. Have a great day and see you next time.